Hi ladies, so this is my new and updated application video. I've already done a separate video for nail prep. So all I've done at this point is wash my hands with Dawn dish soap, and I've applied the nail cleanser to my nails. You can also, if you don't have the nail cleanser, just use an alcohol prep pad, but now my nails are ready for application. I've already done one, but I want to show you a little more about the nail gap. So let me angle you down here. So I have the mini heater on already, and I like to use an orange stick to lift the wrap, and then use my nail scissors to cut it down, and then I use tweezers to pick it up. And I mean, you don't have to use all these different nail tools. I've been doing them for 6 months now, and so I like to do it a certain way. So, in the Jamberry application video, you hold your wrap in front of the mini heater for probably like 3 to 5 seconds. In the cold application video that I originally did, you don't heat it at all. You apply it directly to your nail and then heat. I've now found that if you kind of do an in-between of just a little bit of heat, it's kind of the right mix, I guess. So, here we go. And I just look for it to get soft, and as soon as it does is when I take it away. Or, I mean, again, you can just go for 1 or 2 seconds. I'm trying to get it close to my nail, but not touching the skin. Remember, it's very important not to do that. Then I take my rubber pusher, and I start at the cuticle end and get a good solid seal there, and then I start to come down the center of my wrap, and then out to one side and the other, and just trying to make it as smooth and as flat as possible as I do it. And I found that doing it this way, like starting from the center and going out, you're less likely to get any folds or wrinkles in your wrap. So trying to get nice and smooth on the end, but we're going to do the baggy method in a minute here. But so this nail is a little easier to show than my pinky, but you can see there's a little bit of nail gap right there. And I could take the next size up and trim it down to fit perfectly, but I actually don't mind doing it this way because I'm ensuring that it's not touching my skin, which is going to, affect application. And then there's the other side over there. So this is probably my nail that has the most gapping on it. But the thing is that you don't even notice over time. I know my first application, it was driving me nuts, but you really, in very little time, don't even notice it. But so this wrap actually laid really flat for me, surprisingly. If it doesn't, you can take a metal spoon pusher, you could take tweezers, you can take your scissors, nail clippers, anything metal, and just heat it up. And then seal down any place you might have bubbles. Because the time to clean up your wrap is right now. You don't want to wait for it to cool. So I'm just going to do this as precautionary. If bubbling is very common at your cuticle end, it's very possible that you have a lot of invisible cuticle. So just go check out my nail prep video if you haven't already. It'll tell you how to get rid of that. And then, just in case you didn't see, there is a tiny bit of nail at the cuticle end. So I didn't go all the way to my skin lift, just a little bit of space. So at this point, since I have enough excess, I'm going to trim it down a little bit. And I do what's called the baggy method for my tips. So all you need is a sandwich bag, even like a grocery bag if you somehow don't have sandwich bags at home. But all you do is heat up your nail for a couple seconds, and then you wrap it in the plastic bag. And especially making sure that you're getting good pressure at the tip there, because that's all you're looking to do is seal that edge of the wrap down onto your fingernail. I've always done the baggy method, and I've never had any issue with my tips. So it definitely, in my opinion, works really, really well. And then all I'll do now is continue to work on my wraps, and when I'm done with the entire hand, I'm going to start back at the very first one and clip with my nail clippers. So I don't clip before I apply. I wait, unless my nails are like super long and I don't want to waste excess wrap, then I'll clip them down, but otherwise I'll just trim off the excess, a tiny bit of nail, and then I'll go through to my other hand, and when I'm done with everything, I'll start back at the beginning and use my nail file to trim just a little bit, since when you clip, you're going to have like a perfect edge there between your nail and the wrap. So what I'll do is I'll use the nail file, and rather than going at a straight 90 degree, I'll actually angle it about 45 degrees so that, again, I get a very slight edge of nail showing at my tip. And then this way, if I go to use my fingertips for anything, the wrap isn't catching. And like I've said, I've never had issue with my tips. I've definitely found that clipping first and then lightly filing helps a lot. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So pretty basic, just a tiny bit of heat, apply to your nail, smooth it out. You can use some metal tool to help seal any bubbles that you might have, and then baggy method, clip and file. So I hope you found that useful.